Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video we had a little brief run through of the code. We talked a little bit about arithmetic overflow and integer overflow. So here you can find the link. This is a Wikipedia page. I also posted up other links within the channel regarding the integer overflow issue. So it's really important because there were certain legal implications with this with the casino, and you can look up some of the other things that happened. So for now we're just going to do a while statement. So I've created a new project called class average. I'm going to now create a new class within that, and I'll also call it class average. I will create the method stubs here, so I'm going to use the main with string args in it and finish. So with this it says public class, so I keep reiterating some of the stuff. So there's 3 P's: public, protected, private. We're only having a look at public and private at the moment. So these are the access modifiers that are used in Java. So with this main, we're going to use the scanner object as well. So we're going to say import. That's importing a package. This time it's the java util.scanner. It will give me a warning straight away because it's going to say it's not used. Yeah, so this import java.util.scanner is never used, so I need to use it at some point. So I need to create a new instance of this. So let's call it input. You can call it whatever you want. Equals, and then we're going to use the new keyword or reserved word within Java system.in. Input stream, and closing it with a semicolon as always. So with that then we are going to use input at some point. Input is the reference type referencing scanner object. So the initialization phase, we are going to set a total. So int total equals 0 semicolon int, and then we need to use the grade counter also equal to 0, so or equal to 1. Sorry, I'm gonna put that to 1. So now we're going to do what's called a counter controlled iteration. So it iterates through, i.e. it goes through each of these. So I've got grade counter is going to be less than or equal to 10, and I'm going to use open and closed braces here, or brackets as we like to call them at home, and I'm just going to say enter grade, and this is going to read in the next input. So this is going to be the prompt in the window. Now I need to assign something to take in the input, so like we said before, so, and then this is going to be your input, which is what's used up here, dot next int, which is going to be the integer that's going to take in, and then I'm going to say total equals total plus 1. So it's going to increment the total each time, or grade even. So it's going to increment the grade each time, and then the grade counter we're also going to add each time. So we're going to say grade counter plus 1. So if you read it from right to left, so 1 plus grade counter is going to be stored in grade counter. So this is going to increment counter by 1. This is our prompt here. This is reading in our input this is going to be input next grade, and then add grade to total. So now we're going to say the average. Int average, so the average is the sum of everything divided by the total amount. So it's total divided by 10. And this is where the integer division comes in, which we spoke about a while ago in the previous video even. Integer division, which we need to be careful about. So, and now we're just going to show up the output. So system.out.print f. And we're going to say percentage n per new line, total of all 10 grades is, and like we said before, so that there's different placeholders for different types. So it's point to f for a floating point, which is a number which carries a decimal point. Then with this, it's an integer, so it's going to be percentage g. And then we're going to have another new line. We have to put in what it is, total. Now I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to say the class average. And put average, which is here, which is just a sign at the moment and never used. So you can see here it says never used yet. Now, so if we run this program, we have all of the brackets. So you can see it's highlighted here to show that there's a closing bracket here to show that there's an extra bracket somewhere. So did we close our while loop? We did. Is there another bracket somewhere else that needs? No, that's it. So this is matching this one. This is matching this one, and this is matching this one. That's really important because there's errors that we're going to catch along the way. So there's different types of errors which we're going to have a talk about in a while as well. So there's non-fatal errors, there's fatal errors, but for the moment we just need to be able to run the program. So enter grade, let's say 22, enter grade 10, 40, 60, 80, 80, 85, 60, 60, 65, and that's it. So you can see here, if we look at the console, and if we count how many times this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 different amounts. So here, this is really important to know when you're doing while counter loops, that if you set the grade integer to 1, it has to be less than or equal to 10, so it's between 1 and 10, so that's why there's 10 here. Total of all 10 grades is this, the class average is 56. Okay, so that's a while loop. It's pretty simple to loop through, so with a lot of the programs, what you need to do to solve any program is to write out usually pseudocode, which is basically English-based programming, and then you convert it to Java, and once you do that, then it becomes a lot easier to solve the problem, depending on the problem. So for now, that is a simple while loop using integers here. We've already covered the system.out.print. We've already covered that input takes the next int. If this was a double, it would be next double. If it was something else, it would be something else. So with each of these, it has to be matching. It's very strict on this kind of, you have to match the brackets, you have to match the next integer, it has to be type integer, otherwise you'll get another error. So we'll talk about errors in the next video as well. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. We'll keep going with the next few things. This is a counter controlled iteration, it's called, and we're going to start talking more about the other things that we can do with loops as well as we're going on. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.